Namaste, people. 2 weeks to go for those who want to end this show, because that's what we are in, a show, more so a charade. Um, I've noticed how a lot of people have been distracted, particularly by this Ukraine uh, goings on. A lot of people's eyes have been taken off of Divock. A lot of the general public don't have it in their mind because that's not on the news anymore. And they never did, really. And they only ever did because of the news. However, there's a lot of people who are truthers or the woke that are, again, helping the government agenda by talking about Ukraine and talking about how Ukraine is rubbish and this and that. The whole point of abusers, because we've been going through 2 years of psychological abuse, is to randomly switch their attention and the focus of the victim. And that's what's happening. Now everyone's focused on Ukraine and what's happening, and then there's a lot of people focused on dismissing it. Stay on the ball, stay on the point, stay on the subject. That's the only way to beat them and to stop what they're doing. With 2 weeks to go, it's just to address a few questions and queries that there have been in the inboxes on how things would be done and played out. So here we go. Suggestions before anything else would be for everyone who is choosing to get involved to remove all of their money out of the banks. Now, I'll go into why I'm saying that, but that's what needs to be done. In terms of those, either the ones who do not have any jobs or the ones willing to not go into their jobs or the ones who have taken time off from their jobs, what we as the people would be able to do there is to render services. So anyone who can do nails, anyone who can do hairdressing, anyone who does lashes, anyone who can do massaging, anyone who can do yoga, anyone who can do Reiki, any form of services, go into even specific ones like more hands-on workmanship, any electricians, any carpenters, any painting and decorators. The people will support us because we are the people. They are us and we are them. So the people will support us. Another amazing idea would be to set up kitchens. You can do all types of cuisines. That area specifically is very work related. So over lunchtime, there's actually a lot of food markets around the corner. But again, people would be coming to us. Loads of people walk through the park, coming to us to see. That's how we would be able to make money, one, and also keep cash alive. Because this is the whole game, to get rid of cash. Now, with that being said, as I mentioned in the last video, we need to start the People's Bank. £400,000 would do that. So if 100,000 people bring £4, then that'd be great. What I would say is for 400,000 people to bring £5. Now, why I say that is because obviously we would have £100,000 spare. Now, the reason as to why I earlier mentioned to removing all money out of the banks is once we start the People's Bank and we have £100,000 in the bank, by the legislation, or by the banking legislations, we would, one, be able to print our own money, and two, all banks that have, let's just say, £100,000 in their vaults are allowed to give out and loan out 9 times the amount that they have. Therefore, if we all 100,000 people put £1 in, we have £100,000. We are able to give out £900,000. This is how electric money first started. This is how debt first started. And that's why I'm saying to remove all your money out of the banks, because anyone who has £10,000, your bank can lend £90,000 out. Anyone who has £100,000, your bank can lend £900,000 out. £100, £900, the cycle continues. But we would, in essence, be ending that cycle by creating our own bank, setting our own interest rates, and altering and changing the system, whilst simultaneously keeping cash alive. Because whilst our bank would be still accepting cash, we'd also be able to go to any independent businesses and local businesses and get them to continue using cash, because it would be valid in the people's bank. Again, printing cash, we'd be able to print our own money. Not to say that we're not all aware that money is a facade. And if you look on any banknote, it says, I promise to pay the bearer the sum on demand of £20. So any money is an actual IOU note. It literally is. But that's how the system plays and runs. Said businesses, what also 100,000 people in one place would be able to do is to take their oath of allegiance to themselves, thereby rendering or taking back power from their legal fiction, because that's what the system also runs on. I'm going to get the website for you and put it up, but there's a website that you can go in, you can type in your name, I believe it's your national insurance number, and potentially your date of birth, even though we are born, we're not birthed, ships are birthed. And it actually says how much your legal fiction is worth to the United Kingdom, or more so, the corporation of the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom is a company. England is the country we're in. United Kingdom, again, is a company. Go on Company's House and type it up and it will pop up. Same way, if you go into Company's House and type in Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock, any other MPs, they all come up as businesses, because that's what they are. That was just a quick one. If anyone has any other queries or questions of what we could do, what we'd be able to do, I already mentioned in the last video about halting the internet traffic and giving loads of 100,000 one stars to a company that depreciates the company's value on the stock exchange. These are things that they cannot stand. These are things that they do not want to happen. So it's up to us to make it happen. If people want it to happen, great. Make it happen together. Peace and love, people. Love down, not lockdown.